Hello everyone, this is author DNC checking back in with you to give you an insider's look at the Decatur Book Festival. If you watched my last video, you know that I was featured at the Emerging Writers Tent. The Decatur Book Festival went from September 2nd through the 4th, and I actually had a chance to speak for 5 to 7 minutes at the Emerging Writers Tent on Sunday, September 4th. So I wanted to give everyone out there who is thinking about doing these type of festival, writers, authors, those who want to volunteer, all that, kind of give you my look at the event, let you know some of the takeaways I got, some tips and things that, just kind of the overall emotion that I had behind it, because as you know, I'm a passionate person, passion-fied. Just a quick little snippet of that in there. Go check it out. So first thing that I want to talk about is kind of just my overall review of the event, and I thought it was amazing. I thought that for myself, that being my very first time, me being a first self-published author this year, it was very overwhelming at the same time because I didn't know. I had so many emotions, I have so many thoughts, so many things I want to do. But once everything happened, it was great. I got to network with other authors. I got to talk to readers. I got to pitch my book to book clubs. I mean, it was pretty amazing. It was a pretty amazing first experience, and I'm already planning for next year's. So the first thing I want to do is talk about really my 3 takeaways from the event. My first takeaway, like I said, the event started on September 2nd and went through September 4th. I was only there on the 4th. First takeaway is go as many days as you can. One thing that I found out was that I had another fellow author. She made it almost like it was a workshop. So she was there on Saturday and Sunday. So she got to sit down at tents, listen to other people, listen to editors, listen to publishers, get all the feedback on what they're looking for pitching a book, and what are some things that maybe some mistakes or some successes that they've heard. So definitely should have went on at least Saturday to actually get some more information, but it's a lesson learned. That's a note for next year. The second takeaway that I got from the event is that the one thing that I don't know if people know, you can give out flyers during the event. They just don't want you hovering around wherever your book is going to be at. So I actually took the advice of a very close friend of mine, printed up 20 flyers just stating that, hey, I will be featured at the Emerging Authors Tent, and I even put on the back some reader reviews, because I just wanted them to get kind of like a quick little feel from me, a quick little vibe of what I was about and what my book was about. And I went a couple tents down from where I was at and just started handing them out. And to be honest with you, out of the first 3 that I handed out, 2 of those individuals went and bought my book. So it's something so small and so easy and cheap to do that you can't, for an event like that or anything similar, you really can't risk not doing it, because you're missing an opportunity to reach those individuals who truly have no idea who you are. They may not care, but they may start caring once you give them a tidbit about yourself. Third takeaway, and to me this is very important because I myself had a moment of discomfort, worry, self-doubt, and this takeaway is to be confident. You've made it so far because of your confidence, because of your risk-taking, because of your love for your writing, your passion behind it. So make sure that when you're at this event, be confident. It may not be perfect. It may not be exactly what you're hoping that maybe you would do and say. I'm going to raise my hand on that because there were some things I wish I would have said in my delivery. However, as long as you're confident, you're passionate, people see that. People love that. And that's something that I know when I spoke with other authors, they talked about branding and they just, threw themselves out there. When they spoke about their book, it was just such a delivery that I was like, I have to go buy that book. I don't like that subject. I don't think I do. But you know what? That person just gave me their all and I'm digging it. Takeaways. First one is to make sure that you go as many days as you can. Second one is to make sure you bring material, something small, not too big, that you can hand out to individuals who don't have any clue who you are. And third thing is to be confident. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in your gift. Be confident in what you're bringing to the table, because it always matters. If there was one thing I could change, what would that be? kind of touched on it a little bit already, which was my delivery. So let me give you this. Let me give you this picture. It is weeks before the event, and I'm noting down bullets, what I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, let me make sure I say that. Oh, I gotta put the empowerment in there. I can't forget about that. Week before, I'm just gonna speak it out loud. I sound crazy, but somebody's gonna listen. My family's gonna tell me if I'm off kinder. So I'm just gonna say it, and they're gonna give me feedback. I mean, when I walked into this, when I walked up to my tent, waited for my time, I walked up probably an hour and a half before I was supposed to speak. I was perfectly ready. I had my bullet points in my mind. It was going to work out. And then the moment hit that I sat there and I listened to these other deep authors. We're talking about breast cancer survivors. We're talking about women writing Christian books. We're talking about people writing historical children's book. I mean, my mind was blown, and immediately I kind of went into self-doubt mode. Same thing, reason why I told you to be confident on my first points. So, you know, I started to second guess why I was there and all that, and I got shook up. And so I called a friend. Friend gave me that quick pip talk. Hey, get up. Stop acting like that. You got this. Put it together. Roll with it. Go natural. Be you. Sell you. They got you. So off of that, I was like, yo, I'm going to scrap everything that I've rehearsed. I'm just going to flow from the heart. And let me tell you, for some people, that's amazing. Beautiful idea. For me, not so much. I probably should have kept with the bullets because I totally forgot to say some things. So the one thing that I am going to say right now that I missed saying there is that my book, Untraditional, a collection of passion-fied short stories, is truly a way for women to start empowering their sexuality in their own way. Do not be driven by what you see on TV, what you see on YouTube, what you hear and all that. Be you. Be your comfortable you. Be risky with the person who deserves it. If I could give one piece of advice to someone who's totally new to everything, just like I was, new to being featured at events, speaking in front of people, different ages and all that, one of the things that I would definitely like to give advice on is be open and flexible when you're speaking to your audience. So my topic is an adult driven content. And the audience that I was actually speaking to had tons of kids in it. So I needed to regroup on my reading as I read to the audience. So really, you need to keep an open mind on what your audience is and stay flexible because anything can happen and you have to stand up there and you have to be ready to deal with it because if you are like me, you're imagining those top people in the audience, those people who you've been waiting to hear your words. So as long as you keep yourself open, know that things may not be perfect, but just be proud. Just be ecstatic that you were able to make it to that point and that you deserve to be up there. Do want to do a couple plugs because I did buy a couple books from a couple other emerging authors that just kind of blew my mind. One of them is Dr. Sonia M. Williams. She wrote a book called I Chose to Live, and her testimony was so powerful, had me in tears. But it's truly another woman empowerment type of content where she had to deal with a major struggle in her life, and rather than her allowing herself to stick in it, stay stuck in that darkness, she broke out and she decided to finally live, which means accepting what had happened in the past. So I plan on starting to tap into this very, very soon. So I hope you go check it out again. Again, this is Dr. Sonia M. Williams, and this is I Chose to Live. And then the second book, which if everyone knows, I have children. I have three beautiful girls. I have a 17-year-old, a 13, about to be 14-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So one of the women that I also heard talk about was a children's writer. Her name is Princess E.M. McCallum, and she wrote a book called The Queen of Sheba. And me and Brooklyn haven't tapped into this yet, but I am so ecstatic and excited to actually read this to her. It's beautiful imagery, and the words that she was speaking when she was reading it was amazing. So please, if you have children and you want to give them a little historical value, please go grab this book. So again, hold on. I forgot about one important detail. So I'm just going to give you a small plug. It's just a very tiny small plug for my book. untraditional collection of Passion 5 short stories. And I mean, it's an incredible book. No, really. If you really truly want to get a different look at a romance slash erotica, you want to kind of get the poetic sense of it rather than kind of the more directive and I don't want to use the word vulgar, but I will. So if you would like to get just a type of a different reading, please go grab my book. It's available on Amazon right now. It's on your Kindle, the paperback. And I always tell people, get the paperback. I think you'll really enjoy just looking at the cover, and you will feel comfortable in taking this out in the streets. You're not going to be worried about what people are thinking about what you're holding. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? Let me see that. So please go check it out. Yeah, that's it. Poster. It's not me, but if it was, maybe. Anyway, so thanks again for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. You know me. You're getting to know me if you don't already. Hope you're not sick of my face, because I'm not sick of reading from you, hearing from you, and reading your thoughts. So please come back again. Don't make me beg. Bye.